Hey everybody, welcome to American Courts. Let me throw that off there. We'll go to that later. Thank you for coming out today. We got Rivette, Raven, Emily, KK, Linus, Drunk Smurf, everybody in there. Looked like Vicky McCallum's back on YouTube doing some shows. She stopped and got married for a little bit, but she's back. So we're so excited there. I'm gonna go ahead and play the intro and disclaimer. I need to play that more often. I'm working on it. I'll get there. We're gonna work on that. But until we do, we're going to play the disclaimer. And so then we'll come back with a special guest. Uh-oh. It's Linus.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
How are you doing today?
I am doing fabulous. How about yourself?
Doing great. Why don't y'all celebrate Thanksgiving?
That's a good question, actually. Well, we didn't win any land, didn't we? We already had land, so yeah,
Well,
nothing to be thankful for, I guess.
I think other countries have it, don't they? They celebrate something similar.
I don't know.
They celebrate our Veterans Day.
Yeah, we have a celebration of freedom, and that's the 4th of May, I think. 4th and the 5th. We remember on the 4th, and then we celebrate our freedom on the 5th.
Okay, what do y'all celebrate? What do y'all celebrate? What do y'all celebrate on November 11th?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Sorry, just a normal regular day. Well, it's Friday, so it's always a nice day. Well, it's Friday, so.
All right. Well, we've got court today, so you're going to get to pick. We've got Judge Simpson, Judge Fleischer. We've got Judge Mogan in Wisconsin. We've got some Thurston County craziness, and we've got more Judge Simpson.
And putting me on the spot there. I'd rather figure out what Chet wants, but we could start off with Fleischer. Start off on a high note.
Okay, so this is an older Judge Fleischer. I can't even figure out the date on it, but we will look at it and see where it goes.
Sure. Let's go. Let's do it.
A witness observed the vehicle driving on a public roadway, swerving across 2 lanes and almost hitting the guardrail. The witness observed the defendant then drive into the parking lot, and officers pulled up shortly after. The defendant was the sole occupant of the vehicle. Officers noticed a strong smell of alcohol or alcoholic beverage and was staggering and swaying back and forth. Stated field sobriety test refused. DIC red, breath refused, blood warrant was issued. You're right. So first he had to be.
I could fix my head. I can't fix that guy's head. That was back whenever the camera wasn't angled right. And anytime somebody come in there that was really tall, you couldn't see him.
It's just too tall, man. I mean, it's not bad, It's a compliment, really.
I remember y'all used to call that the Will Cam.
Yeah, man.
2010, 2006, 1 in 2009, and 2 in 2010.
Oh, those are driving photo license. DWLIs. The only DWI is 2006.
I do see that he has a failure to stop and render aid, though, from
He does have a failure to stop and render aid.
where someone died.
Yes, correct. He was put on deferred. It was terminated.
Bad things happen when you get in a car, Mr. Cooper. I am now taking away your privilege to drive from you permanently. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
No driving, and I'm going to have you now sign an affidavit with me promising you're not going to drive. If you drive, and I don't care what your excuse is, I don't care if Mother Teresa needs to ride to church, you drive, you will be facing a contempt charge, up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get in a car and drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also now ordering you to obtain a handheld interlock device that you're going to take with you. Prove to me that you're not consuming alcohol. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of dope, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living, sir? What do you do for a living?
Construction.
How much money do you make a month?
34 an hour.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I will get you to Victoria. We're going to have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get to Jeremiah, where we're going to have you sign your bond conditions. Don't drink alcohol, and above all else, do not drive. Things will go sideways so quick if I find you in a car. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, come on.
I do already have an interlock or the paperwork and everything.
Okay, so we're going to switch you now to a portable device. So you're going to have to use someone else to take your car to get that thing taken off. Okay, well, let's do this. Is it waived, the fee?
But
I'm going to have you get a portable device so I know it, and I will waive the fee so it won't cost you anything, so that you're not double paying. Okay. But don't. Prosecutors, you don't need to. What you need to do is you need to hire a lawyer, and you need to get on it quick. Okay? So let's get you started with all the paperwork, and then I would advise you as soon as you get out of here, start contacting lawyers. Okay? Please.
Officer observed defendant get out of her vehicle and attempted to push her car out of the ditch, then get back in her car and attempt to drive out of the ditch. Officer approached defendant and observed
Strong odors of alcoholic beverage, red glossy eyes, slurred speech.
defendant unable to walk on her own, falling on the patrol vehicle. Defendant, she stated drinking.
I hate to interrupt, but Linus, I need you to help me with something. You see the judge's camera there? You see how there's no black lines on the left and right side?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to need you to talk with him about that, because some days he has it, some days he doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
And we need him to fix it, because when he really starts getting into somebody, he'll lean forward, and he takes
Sure.
himself off camera.
I just don't know if he's gonna know how to, though. I don't think he's the one responsible for doing that. I don't know for sure, but I think it's that he has a tech guy somewhere, right?
Yeah. Because whenever it messed up, whenever it didn't have any sound, he had to bring the tech guy in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a dude that does that, but I mean I don't know for sure. I can ask.
Right. So there's little black plastic things with the red on them, the microphones, the
Yeah.
cameras and stuff. That's what's called a Polycom system. Polycom made a killing during COVID, going around all the courthouses selling them on systems, and that's
Okay.
why all these courts are in 720p. That's why the picture isn't great. It's because they went around selling everybody on these camera systems, and they're not the best.
So I guess
think
we're to blame now, huh?
yes, absolutely. But there's some setting that's going in there because some days his aspect ratio is changing. Hey, Gina, Gina and Junebug, Idaho Wiggles is there, KK. So when you're on Discord, sometimes your name is different. And somebody sent me something really cool on Discord, and I'm like, well, I don't know who you are. Let's not talk until I know who you are.
Who are you? Yeah.
And once they cleared it up, I was like, oh, hey, I know you. Let's talk. What's up? And so
Yeah.
I'm an old man, and sometimes that technology confuses me. So y'all gotta
It's
jump
not
in there.
age, man. It's not age. I mean, I get the same, so it's definitely not age.
Okay, good. I blame everything on age, so we'll be happy there. All right, let's get back to this one.
Oh, I mean, you know.
Well, the way I see it, I see Nan. Nan scanning through it. Nan's on 2 different computers at all times because you can go into 3 different chat rooms and she's in all of them.
Really?
Nan,
didn't even know.
absolutely. Nan's hustling on it.
On it.
I don't see her here now though, so she must be asleep.
I aim to be like her when I get older,
Nan's great.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And KK, you're talking about that. If we had Discord, you'd know what my name is. Students have always called me Miss KK. Absolutely. I think if I was a teacher, I'd be running from any social media. I think that'd be terrifying to be a teacher and be on social media.
Depends on the age range, really. Like I worked with young kids, like age 4 to 6. They're not gonna be on social media. That was fine, But if they were like between, say, 10 and 16 or higher, yeah, no way.
Yeah, absolutely. Martha said no, it's age. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And Raven, you don't look a day over 25. So let's go see what Judge Reicher does with this one.
Started drinking, apologize, Your Honor, at 7:20 p.m. that night. Standard field sobriety test was refused. During an inventory of the defendant's car, officer found empty Tamala vodka behind the passenger seat, 2 Bud Light 20-ounce cans on the ground outside of the driver's side door, 1 cup of a mixed drink in the center console that was 3/4 full. Officers also found a pink Lady Charter Arms handgun revolver, 38 caliber in the driver's side door, not in a holster, loaded with 5 rounds. And that's the extent of the.
I would hope that you know that it's damn near elementary not to have alcohol in the car while you're driving. That allegation in and of itself makes it a minimum of 5 days in jail if they have alleged in your case. It is further presented that at the time the defendant committed the offense of operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, as here and above alleged, committed on or about October 14th of 2023, he had an open container of an alcoholic beverage in his immediate possession in the passenger compartment of said motor vehicle. Minimum of 5 days. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I don't know if you're walking out of here today, but if you do, you will get a scram on your ankle, and I'm putting a GPS monitor on you so I know where you are at all times. So first things first, I don't know if we're gonna have a reset, so I'm gonna have you take a seat in the jury box. I'm gonna give you a lawyer today, and we find out what happens, man.
Oh,
Take a
Judge,
seat.
also, at the time of criminal history wasn't pulling up, she has an open DWI at Grand Prairie.
She has an open DWI where?
Brown Perry.
Grand Prairie, it's April 7th, 2023. So she's on bond for an DWI at the moment.
Wonderful.
So I just saw it, but we didn't put it in the,
How many more DWIs does she have?
that's correct, that's it. It's just-
I am taking the
Stop.
classes.
Don't say anything at this point. Just please take a seat for a minute, jury box. Mr. Caraway, do you have a lawyer today? Tell me what you're doing about that. How many have you spoken to?
About 3.
That's not enough. And why can't you afford a lawyer?
Got bills, son,
What do you do for a living?
I work,
What do you do for a living?
calling the warehouse, associated.
How much money do you make a month?
1,000.
So tell me why you can't afford a lawyer.
So she was arraigned back.
Bills on my son. My son be having doctor visits that cost money. It's a lot.
Perhaps you've not spoken to enough lawyers. There are a gajillion and one lawyers in Harris County. It's a matter of you calling them. It's like buying a car. You don't go to a Ferrari dealership for a lawyer for a car. You go to one that you can afford, like a Honda, and you negotiate with them. Say, okay, I can give you a couple $100 here, and they'll put you on a payment plan. Have you tried that?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Who did you talk to?
I can't remember their names, but I know it was a couple that I called, and it was one of my girlfriend, her grandmother had a lawyer, and I talked to him also. So that was about 3.
Are you married?
No, sir.
How many kids you got?
1.
Do you have custody of the child?
Yes.
So do you get support for the child?
No, sir.
Where's mom? So you're together with her? Does she work as well? What does she do? What does she do?
I'm not sure. She worked for a company. I don't
How
know.
you not going to be sure what she does when she works at home and you live with her, huh?
I don't remember the name of the company.
I don't. Well, Caraway, right? Mr. Caraway, I don't believe you. And I want you to start looking for more lawyers because I don't think you qualify. So I want you to start looking real hard, go on the internet, get la subasta, whatever you need to do, start looking, start negotiating. You understand, sir? Please.
So that brings up a question. Since we've got you held captive today, if you get in trouble in your country, are there paid lawyers, or is that all of them appointed lawyers?
I think it depends, really. I
So,
think it's the same. Like if you really don't have the money and you really have to, like if you really have to have a lawyer, I guess there's definitely pro bono like lawyers out there. But I don't know for sure. Like I never got into trouble like that. So
well, I was
yeah,
about to say that's the best answer is to say you simply don't know. You don't get in trouble enough to know.
I never get in trouble. That's so I don't know. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I was just curious, because y'all's government structure is different. Are your judges elected or are they appointed?
No, they're appointed. Yeah, they're appointed.
Okay, and y'all do not have juries, correct?
Nope. No, it's all I don't know. There's a magistrate, I guess, and and a judge, and they do it together and decide, the fate of everybody. So, but you have your lawyers, and they, make a good case, and and they make a choice based upon that. It's the same, really, but just without the jury.
Right. Well, KK was mentioning the dangers of social media. There was a story me and my wife were talking about the other day. So girls do something called hauls, like they go to the store and buy a bunch of stuff, and for some reason they post it on social media. For the life
Yeah.
of me, I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine going to Home Depot and saying, "Hey guys, look at what tools I bought today." But
I
anyways,
mean, you could, there's probably a market for it,
there it is. There's another channel.
There you go. Yeah.
So there's a news story about a girl in Miami, social media person. I think it's on Instagram. So she goes to Target. She's bragging about all the stuff she bought. Well,
Yeah.
one evening on the news, they're saying, "Hey, help us identify this shoplifter," and they have her picture on there. And so someone connects the dots and sends it into the police department. So they just sit and watch her Instagram and her bragging about all the stuff that they got a report of being stolen.
That's
And
solid evidence right there.
so
Yeah.
single mom going to jail for buying or for stealing stuff at Target and posting on it on Instagram.
Well, I mean that's about as stupid as you can get, really. But yeah, sure.
Hey,
I
but
mean, it's a great help for the police. I mean, nice job, really.
yeah, she's certainly helped him out. I was just thinking about it. I wonder if I could get my wife to do the Amazon thing. Maybe Amazon would give us a discount. That'd be awesome.
Who knows? Yeah, sure. Try it out.
Absolutely. All right, let's go and see what he's got there. There's your polka
Has to
dot.
be one of my favorite suits of him, by the way. The polka dots, man, it rules. It does.
Yeah, I'm a lot more boring than him. I like the white tie, but the polka dot is a little out there.
It
I know.
is, but that's to me, that's what makes it great, right?
Yeah, I know everyone loves the Pac-Man suit.
Yeah,
And
that's out there. Even for me, that one is out there.
look,
But
as much as I like Judge Fleischer, if he come to meet me for lunch in that Pac-Man suit, I'd probably have to sit at a different table.
yeah, I mean, there's a time and place, I guess, maybe for Halloween or something, but not for a normal day. No.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, but he does it for a Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, in court, but I don't think he wears it like shopping. I don't think so.
yeah. Yeah. Hey, Gina was asking, do the police in your country carry guns?
Yes,
I don't
yes,
think we're
they do.
supposed to. Hold on, we're not supposed to say that. I think we were just fussing about that.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
cute.
We can go ahead and say it.
Yeah, if you decided like a minute ago, or we can.
What's that?
We can talk about it.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Do they have guns there?
Yes, yes. Cops do. Cops are the only ones that do, I think. So, yep.
Yeah, yeah. John Beagle Dad's got hole punchers. We call them hole punchers.
Hole punchers.
Yeah,
Nice, nice.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Cues, anything that sounds less aggressive, I guess.
right, but in what cases? I think we talked about it before. In what cases were they talking about? Do they carry them or not carry them?
I think in general they carry guns. Yeah, they do. Always, I think. Yeah, not just in special occasions. You do have the special forces that carry larger like rifles, but apart from law enforcement, you don't see anyone with guns out really. But yeah, the cops wear them on their hip, so it's visible too.
Okay. They don't have the armored personnel carriers and all that stuff. I'd sent you some pictures of what we have in Florida. They don't have any of that stuff, do they?
Well, you do have the ones that with the large shields and stuff, but for riots and stuff, But no, we don't have anything too crazy.
Okay. Well, uh, just in all reality, wait till y'all grow up and be like us, and then you can have all that fun stuff.
I mean, we do have like the harder stuff, but you never see it. It's more for like terrorism, prevention. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably not allowed in chat either. That word.
No, yeah, that's fine. Would y'all have any terrorists over there? Was there anything worth destroying or anything? Or
Oh yeah, you had some. You had some in Germany. We had one in the metro. So yeah, it happens. It just doesn't happen as often.
okay, yeah.
So
Well, KK was asking, are you allowed to have one, or is someone in your family allowed to have one, a firearm? I'm just
no.
saying. Okay, so if your dad was a hunter, would he be allowed to have one? Is it something like that? I'm just saying,
Uh,
do citizens? I'm sure there's certain level that a citizen over there would be at. Do y'all even
yeah,
have
I
citizens?
don't
Do
know
y'all?
too much about it. I know you can have like the air rifles, right? For maybe for hunting, but I don't think you are allowed to have like smaller handguns and stuff like that because there's no use for that in hunting. So yeah.
Okay, well, how are you going to rob a bank with an air rifle?
Well, you can't. That's the point, isn't it?
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
It's so nice how that works, right? Yeah.
yeah. Oh well, all right.
We have
Um,
knives though, so we're good.
yeah. It's good. Look, when you get to the point where you want to hurt somebody, you're going to hurt somebody. And so John the Beagle Dad's asking, can you have bows?
Sure. Yeah.
I guess
Dude,
I guess my curiosity is coming up to are there hunters there, and what do they use when they're hunting?
yes. I don't know, man. We have hunters. I know we have hunters, but hunting is not my favorite. So no, I never really looked into it. I know our king loves to hunt, and he has his own little forest that is private for him when it's time to hunt. So he can hunt on his own without people around and stuff.
Yeah,
So
see,
yeah,
in the end, y'all got to get rid of all that before y'all can start having fun.
the monarchy. It's
Yeah,
it's what it is. It doesn't bother me.
yeah. Yeah, and Great Lakes Sportsman. Yeah, I'm sure that they don't have Walmart, so she can't get her protein powder and get it at the same time. She can't go and check everything out.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It really does.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, I
well,
miss it so much. Freedom, hell yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And it's wild. I'd asked. I think you'd missed it. Do y'all have citizens there? Is that what it's called?
Citizens?
Yes.
What sovereign citizens?
No. Regular citizens. Like I am a citizen of the United States. Are you a citizen
Yeah,
of
we
the
have,
Netherlands?
I am a citizen. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Hey, we got a Vicky Mac raid. Thank you so much, Vicky. It was so great to see you on earlier. So
Hello, Vicky, and still congratulations on your marriage. All
absolutely.
fresh. Yeah.
And
And so Melissa and
I have
Steve.
to look. It looks like Vicky kept her monetization. So congratulations on that too, Vicky.
She got it back. She got it back. Yeah.
Well,
Congrats.
in the end, I think she was able to fight them and win because it hadn't been long enough. If they took it away from her, she had to have appealed it and won. So that's awesome.
That's nice. Yeah.
That's a win. It
It is,
says,
Steve. It's D. Linus.
"Yep." So Vicky's asking, "Have you watched 90 Day Fiance and before the 90 days?" Because you remind me of that one lady. Uh oh.
Um, No, I have not actually. No, I have watched it before. I love the show. I mean, like
Yes.
the no neck Ed and stuff. Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep. Yep.
I ate
Steve.
that up.
Yeah. Steve's confirming that Vicky won. Congratulations, Vicky.
Heck
So from
yeah,
what yeah from what I understand, you are the only one I know that's won that one on the first shot. So congratulations. Don't mess
that's
with Cape
great.
Townians. So I'll tell a funny story. I think you were there, Linus. I was on Vicky's live, the one where she had Judge Fleischer on, and I was actually mentioning how much I like the band Deontward, and she was like, "Oh
Yeah,
no, oh no," and I was like, "It's funny because
I remember that.
no,
Yeah,
I like that. I like the band, so it was fun to me to mention it, but I guess they don't have the best reputation there, maybe. So I don't know.
they played him a lot over here. I mean, the Antwoord is pretty famous over here, so.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of
it,
Dutch, right? It's a tropical Dutch, so it fits. It fits the country.
okay. Well, yeah, absolutely. And John the Beagle Dad, have I ever fired a hole puncher? Oh, Linus, have you ever fired a hole puncher?
A hole
No,
punch.
no,
No.
talking about a firearm. So when we're talking about getting Linus to come to the United States around March. We're gonna try to set her up with a trip, and we're gonna see how many people we can gather up and go see Judge Fleischer. And then after that, me and my wife are planning on trying to fly Linus to Florida and giving her the fully automatic experience, and probably Disney World and a few other things there. But absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, when she gets to Florida, she will absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely.
you kind of have to, right? It's the American experience. It's
I
guns, you
yes,
know?
absolutely. I think you have to at the airport before you get off the plane.
Yeah, and especially in Florida. Like, I want to be the Florida woman, that
Yeah,
I aspire to be.
yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah,
But whenever we go to Florida, we're going to do it safe. We'll even videotape it. But we're going to go to a gun range and we're going to do it all safe and make sure she gets a safety lesson on it, and make sure that she has that experience. That way she can take it home and give a good example of what we have to offer here.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should fight, like, we should wrestle with some crocodiles, or alligators.
Well, and see,
Like,
we have an alligator farm in St. Augustine. It's almost like a
no,
zoo with just alligators, and
that's
there's one spot where you can go, and probably within 10 square foot, you probably have 100 alligators. The little ones, and
Are they
then
nice though? Like,
no, there's no nice alligator. No,
okay,
no,
okay.
they're
Gotcha.
dinosaurs.
Gotcha. Yeah.
No, they're adorable. They're cute. We call them swamp puppies, but even the little ones will hurt you. And so,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
you
So
can,
that's yeah.
but they've got like dog food feeders that you can put some money in, and they'll give you feed so you can throw to them, and
Cool. Yeah.
and they like
Nice.
that. So
That's nice.
yeah, Steve, I'm gonna keep her away from the bath salts. We're gonna try to stay away from that.
Yeah, that's a Floridian experience that I don't really need. You know, bath
Yeah.
salts.
Oh, Debbie's saying she doesn't want to go to Gatorland. It would be boring. No, it'd be
Why?
great. I was actually thinking of the St. Augustine Gator Farm. That's where I was thinking of.
I mean, they're creepy, but they're kind of they kind of important. Like they're
Yeah.
that kind of
So
yeah.
Vicky, I got that saved. I will check that out whenever I can, but I could never remember enough of that to be able to Google it. So, and yeah, Junebug, yes, they sell alligator in the restaurants. You can get alligator with your meal.
Get some alligator boots.
Absolutely, Raven wants to kiss the alligator and then just go before it's hot. Yeah, we would do it in March. In March is sweater weather. It gets down below 60 during the early mornings, but then it'll get up around 90 degrees during the afternoon. So
That's a big difference.
it is, and it's pure miserable. I grew up close to Panama City Beach, and it was so fun to watch people come for spring break, and they would come out there with just shorts, and t-shirts, just getting ready for spring break. And
Yeah.
Walmart made a killing on sweaters because early in the morning, it gets cold. Sometimes on the beach,
Oh,
it'll get around 40 degrees on the beach. And so,
everybody needs a sweater. Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, Victoria's saying hi to me. Hey, Victoria.
Hey, Victoria. Yeah, that's definitely for you.
So, Linus, do you like ghost stuff? Because Debbie was reminding me that in St. Augustine they do ghost tours,
Oh yeah,
and so
I love horror movies. Anything scary, creepy, love it. So I would
yeah,
like that.
yep. So we'll have to figure some of that out because in the end we're going to save up money. We're going to save it up, save it up, save it up, and then we're going to do. So great lake sportsman. I've got a feeling you're a little younger than me. In the 80s and 90s, Panama City Beach was where it's at. In the early 2000s, you saw it go downhill, and in the mid 2010s, I don't even know why it's still a town right now. It seems to be a pretty much a retirement community now, and so I love it. I want to retire there, but I wouldn't want to be there as a 20-year-old on spring break. It was much more fun in the 80s and 90s, and so. All right. Well, we are going to go to. Let's finish up with this Judge Fleischer one. Victoria's here, so we got to represent right.
Yeah.
Levi, do you have a lawyer today? Tell me what you're doing about that.
I'm at school right now, and I was a little injured.
You're what?
I was so injured, and I was in the hospital.
How?
I have a chronic situation with my body. So I have a chronic situation with my body.
Tell me about it.
I had colostomy bag and I had an infection in my stomach. So I was in the hospital. I had my paperwork from the hospital here, and I was also injured in my shoulder.
What happened? You get shot?
I had got shot in my stomach.
Where?
So,
Finally caught up to you.
huh?
Finally caught up to you. Everything caught up to you. Mr. Richardson, how long have we been dealing with each other?
This has been over since 2015. I've just been having infections in my stomach. That's what happened.
When did you get shot?
2015, and the last time was 2019.
How is in you, if you got shot in 2015, since that time, you've picked up a criminal mischief, theft, felon in possession, interference, assault, PCS, assault, DWI, felon in possession, terroristic threat, felony assault, and now another gun case. I've never seen this. You've never told me about this at all. In the last 5 years, you and I have been dancing.
But a lot of them, Your Honor, were also dismissed. A lot of them were also dismissed, Your Honor.
How is it that this is the first time we're dealing with this issue now? You tell me about getting shot after all the stuff that you and I have been dancing for the last umpteen years.
But Your Honor, if you actually look at my medical records, I spent a lot of time in the hospital.
What's that?
I said that girl and her damn banana, Victoria. It's like
Okay.
her-
Linus, you got a banana? Yep.
No, I don't actually. Nope. Still no bananas. Sorry. I keep eating them. So
Yeah.
can't help myself.
All right. I hate to see you leave, Sally. We don't have that much more Judge Fleischer left, but if you got to go, you got to go. It was great to see you. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
Until next time.
So how do you say 2015 and 2019? Gina's asking. So I would say 2015 and 2019 if someone were to ask me how do I say 2015 and 2019. How would you say it?
2015, 2019.
That's funny.
Really?
Yeah, you completely messed it up.
It's nearly the same thing. Oh, I missed a joke there? Oh,
Yeah, so 2015, so it'd be and you said 15, so ha.
haha.
You messed it up.
No.
That's okay. I couldn't pronounce one word in your language, so if you can pronounce like 99% of the words in my language, I think you win.
It's fine.
I tried to describe.
Pride, but yeah.
Yeah, I tried to describe to someone the other day you moderating, and I kept trying to say it'd be like me trying to moderate a Spanish court. There would be no way in the world I'd be able to moderate that. There'd be no way in the world I'd be able to understand that. But it's got to be a great English lesson for you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, sometimes it's more like a cultural thing, right? Because sometimes they mention names that are basically not allowed, like politicians, and I have no clue who they are. So I can't delete it because I don't know what's going on. So I still run into that like occasionally. It doesn't happen that often anymore, but yeah, it still happens. But language wise, not so much. No. Like the words and stuff I pretty much got under control. So
Oh yeah, and I've been to Boston, and they promise me that they're speaking English, but they speak so fast and with such a different accent. It's
yeah.
hard to understand what they're saying there in Boston sometimes, and so it's
Yeah.
it's neat. You would think you would think I have a redneck accent, and if you go to Tennessee, it's a completely different one. If you go to West Virginia, it's a completely different one. And I think it was
Yeah.
I think I was in my mid 20s, maybe even 30s, whenever I started to realize it. I was like, oh, I didn't know there were rednecks from all over. I thought it was a special Florida thing. But no,
No.
everyone's got, and I'm sure y'all got them over there.
Oh, absolutely, we do. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, there's a difference between rednecks and cowboys and country people. That's three different classes of people, three different groups of people.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
And
Never
so,
thought about it, but yeah.
oh, yeah, yeah. If you watch that show, I'm sure you've heard of it, Yellowstone, the real popular show out nowadays. And
I'm
so,
sorry. What was it?
there's a real popular show called Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
yes.
was
I've
gonna say
heard of
I
that.
don't know how y'all don't know about it, but anyways,
Yeah.
it's a real popular one, and see those are cowboys. I mean that's completely different from from
Yeah.
the rednecks and country people, and so it's an odd mix in there.
The show is quite popular, I think, in the Netherlands too, but I don't know. I've just never watched it.
Yeah, well, and there's a yeah, it's neat. There's almost like a reverence or respect for cowboys, in almost every area that I've been at in the United States, and it's simply because if nothing else, it's just more tradition. It's just more it's just more just more tradition in the United States to see that because you read about it in your school books. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure when you guys learn history, y'all learn American history, right?
A little bit, sure. Yeah, no, there's actually, we do learn a little bit about American history, but not a lot, because there isn't much to talk about, really.
Yeah,
We have history spanning, hundreds of years, like more anyway. Yeah. But
yeah,
we do learn like world history, basically.
yeah. And see, I took a separate class called World History, and it taught like Greece and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't even think anywhere in it was mentioned Netherlands. I don't think it was a country then.
No, and it's funny because we do have a pretty rich history, being next to Germany, like we have a lot of history, but
Okay,
you don't.
well, you guys didn't. You guys, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and Germany kind of did something that was squeaky. That made some history, and so Germany kind of made the history books.
I mean, sure,
Yeah.
sure. Yes, yeah, that's funny. I
All
mean,
right.
there's plenty of German cars around, even in America. So
No, absolutely. I think it was their political leaders back in the 30s. Yeah, their political leaders stirred up some trouble and kind of messed up a Buddhist peace symbol.
oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Whoops.
yeah. Because I was talking
Hey,
about Hitler and all the craziness of all that. It made the history books and kind of
yeah.
kind of changed the world a little bit for us. I'm not you know of Hitler, right?
No, I have no clue who that is.
Well,
No idea.
and I just tell everybody it's awesome because you still have historical buildings with the shell casings, the mortar hits on them, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yes, we
So
do. Yeah.
so imagine that people in the United States imagine being able to go to historical buildings in your country and be able to see where they were bombed in World War II. We get a boat every once in a while. We get a ship every once in a while or something like that, or in a memorial that we can talk about. But you've actually got buildings that have experienced what that was, and so that's kind of
Yeah.
awesome and unique. I'm
The
sure
ones that
people.
are still standing anyway, there's plenty of cities that are like got demolished, like mostly, but there's still some old stuff out there. Yeah,
Yeah, and see,
castles,
and
even castles are still out there. way
Hold on,
before the World War. You know?
Hold on a second. I think Rivette just taught me something. Was the Netherlands called Holland back then?
I mean, yeah. I mean, at the moment, all I can say at the moment, Holland is still part of the Netherlands, but it's just a piece of it. It's like Rotterdam, Amsterdam, like that area, that's Holland. But the Netherlands is just the entire thing, all right? I don't know if that was all we had back in the day. I think so. So technically, yeah, we were Holland, and now we're, the Netherlands.
Okay, and I was explaining to Linus, when the World Court is in The Hague, and that's kind of a big deal. And whenever I was talking to Linus about it, she's like, "Oh yeah, that's down the street." And so, but everything's down the street when your country's that small.
I mean, yeah, I think I could get around in 3 hours. Like, I would be able to go to the other side in, 3 hours, something like that.
And see, that's amazing to me because I don't know that I can make it across the county I live in 3 hours.
People actually think I don't know who he
No,
is.
no,
I do
no.
know who he is.
No, yeah, Linus absolutely knows about it. Me and Linus talk about it. I like history stuff, so me and Linus talk about it a lot, and so I was picking on her about that. But no, I'm fascinated about American history and world history, especially around the whole stuff around that. And learning from Linus has been interesting to learn about a lot of that.
I mean, I used to live on an old farm, and on the parking lot, we had a huge parking lot, in the backyard, and below there used to be a bunker, So, because lots of the German people or German Jews came to the Netherlands to hide, so there's plenty of bunkers and stuff still to find. So around, it's dark, but it's there,
Kind of got me. So someone in the I think it was she, I don't know, it was someone there. I know it. I don't want to mess her name up. I don't want to mess it up. Anyway, someone had mentioned that whenever I asked you about November 11th, most countries know it as Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
It is beautifully inappropriate, and that most places know it as Remembrance Day.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
Okay. Sure.
All right. So,
Yeah.
So you mark your clocks next year, November 11th. You celebrate Remembrance Day.
Sure.
Or you got to take the Texas off your name.
I'll write it down. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Research, being incarcerated and I have my medical reports right here.
Day, will you refresh my memory? What happened in Mr. Eby's case
He
again?
had a prior DWI that was dismissed, but he had another DWI in this court that was a conviction in 2023, January 2023. He was charged with felon possession of weapon, and I just emailed Pavel this will be indicted as a felon possession of weapon.
That's what I'm just
waiting for.
It's.
I was relying on other people, but I'm gonna have to dive on my own. But I'm moving to trial tomorrow, so I can't do it.
Where are you in trial? Here with us?
Yeah. There's one left on the trial docket, Judge.
So since I'm in trial, I'm in a trial prep mode, but I do have a couple.
They hit you with another third degree now because of this. Don't say anything. Just don't. I will give you a lawyer today, Mr. Eby, but it's over and over. It just you can't expect good things when good things to happen when this behavior persists over and over and over. Deputy Simpson, you might give him an application, please.
A realistic timeline, probably somewhere in there.
So I would be on the lookout. It's a matter of time before they hit you with a felony warrant, Mr. Eby. So be on the lookout. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand? Correct. You're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon, but you are a convicted felon. You're not supposed to have a gun. You're not supposed to have any weapons. Do you mind filing those conditions, Dave, please? No weapons.
Yes, sir.
And let me ask you this. Was he also driving at the time with this case?
For discharge, Judge, he was, yes, Judge.
You don't have a license, a Texas driver license, do you?
You gave me my unconditional name, so I'm saying no driving. No.
Okay, all right. Don't drive. Above all else in your life, do not drive. All right.
Looks like you. I'm opposed to any bond for this defendant, Your Honor. He has failed to appear for the sentencing part for 3 charges. One is criminal attempt for false imprisonment, first-degree felony. And, 2 charges. And the second is third-degree assault domestic. But it's for the sentencing portion, so he has even more incentive to not return as he was already convicted. But he was already given a chance to obviously come back, and then, he didn't do that.
False imprisonment in the first degree, assault in the third degree, failure to appear, class 4 from Nebraska. What do you think? How, does he have any other priors?
Let me run the FBI now.
I don't know, Shreya,
That's okay.
you know?
I understand totally. I already kind of advised him that it's really unlikely. He's like, I can only make 1,000, maybe 2,000. And I was like, that's really low.
Say that again?
1 or 2,000.
Yeah, as
So
if.
I just wanted me to,
Yeah.
come out here and get
I
an
mean,
answer.
even if I were to, it's probably gonna be, 20 times that.
That's what I told him. So he was like, can you just ask? And so
Yeah.
here's me asking. Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't show up for sentencing, tells me that you're, and how long ago was it?
This one was issued out February of this year, but he also was sentenced federally in 2018. There was an unsuccessful termination in 2018. He also has a failure to report, where did it go? Failure to report accident.
Federal case, huh? Yeah. No, this guy's just a flight nightmare.
Okay.
Okay, who's next?
All right, so tell us about the sweater.
What's there to tell? It's cats. It's great.
It's your streaming sweater, right?
It's my new streaming sweater. Yeah, sure. I've been rocking it all day.
Okay, so we've asked you in chats and stuff, but tell us the Texas story. What was a fun thing from Texas?
Just a Texas story.
Okay, how about this? Just tell us about meeting Ramona. That's all we want to know about is how was meeting Ramona.
She's great. She's great. I never, talked to her as much. Like you talked to her, but I haven't really talked to her before. So I didn't know what to expect. And that's, I like not knowing what to expect. Just have a low expectation, But I was really positively surprised. She's really nice. Just a good sense of humor, really easy to talk to. Just, a great woman. Yeah.
Absolutely. I was going to say she's the grown up in the room, but Victoria's in the room too. So.
Well, Victoria is kind of like in the middle, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I've
Sure,
seen.
but she also has the immature sense of humor sometimes. I love that, I'm exactly the same. But
Yeah, Victoria does great. She's got boss mode and she's just got troll mode. And she just knows she knows how to dig when it's time to dig.
Yeah, that's my kind of girl. Yeah,
Absolutely.
she's a nice person. Yeah, but everybody there was great. I love meeting Lewis. Like Lewis is meeting like you think you're meeting someone you're like a fan of, right? But he's like a fan of you when you meet him. He made the pictures, he took the pictures instead of the other way around. It was so funny meeting him.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Ali was talking about how he was, telling security he was so excited about, there's going to be somebody there,
Yeah.
and so it's neat.
Such a genuinely nice person, nice
Well,
guy. Yeah.
absolutely, and I almost got the family vibes from him. I almost got the "Hey cousin, how are you doing?" type of
Yeah.
relationship with him, and
Yeah.
it was neat whenever he to find out that he would be a police officer if he wasn't doing what he's doing with his demeanor. I was like, wow, you'd make the best cop. You'd be great at it. You don't want him to leave what he's doing, but you're like, they need you over there.
Yeah. I mean, I could see him do that, actually. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest things I want to do, and absolutely Victoria, I want to go see that museum over there. I think that would be awesome to be able to go see.
Yeah.
I think it's so important that I hate to be talking about that stuff, on a holiday weekend, but in reality, to know that it impacted Houston enough to make a museum for it, it shows you just how much that impacted the whole world. And so,
Yeah. It did,
you'd think, in Houston, you'd think it'd be, oh, we're going to have a cow museum, or we're going to have some sort of American history, because there's so much history going on around Houston.
Yeah.
But to know
Yeah.
that was so important in history that it's worth everywhere. And so that's a
I
good
did go
thing.
to the Natural Science Museum, right? So animals, dinosaurs, stuff like that. I've
Yeah.
done that. So, but yeah, a Holocaust museum, to me it sounds interesting, right? Because you kind of have to remember, right? I mean, you don't want to do it again. You want to learn from your mistakes. So it's important to teach about it and be thankful that it's over, and we're in a better place now. So
Absolutely. Well, we're going to go to a let's go to Thurston County. I don't know how much more we're going to have. I got a whole bunch. I probably got 2 or 3 hours worth more stuff. So let's go to the Thurston County one, because this one was kind of creepy. Just say it was,
do it.
it was a PPO order, and you know how sometimes they can get.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, if you all don't mind, I would hear all these petitions together, since they all involve Ms. Harris as a respondent. And then I will decide them separately, so the decision on one won't necessarily control the decision on the others. But I think just because you're all sort of here together, it might make sense if I just hear it all together rather than separate it into 3 cases.
So she's enough of trouble that she's got cases against other people got cases against her all at the same time. So she's a fun one.
Great.
Okay?
Yeah.
And June Bug, PPO, personal protection order, or temporary protection order, also called a restraining order in a lot of places. And it's more of a civil thing of just saying, just leave someone alone. If you don't leave them alone, then it becomes criminal. So it's just telling you to leave your neighbors alone. And Thurston County is great about it, because they're all so nice over there. So the stories you hear is, this person looked at me wrong, or this person took down a tree. They love to tear each other's trees up over there. And it's because they got such beautiful trees. In Florida, if you tear up someone's tree, they're going to pay you. So
Nice.
With you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right then. I think you may have heard what I said about how the procedure will work in the earlier case that was just heard. So I'm going to have each of you, all the petitioners and Ms. Harris, raise your right hands, please. And do each of you swear the testimony that you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and I will nominate Ms. Rogers to go first.
Okay, want this protection order because I'm tired of our neighbor Christian screaming at me over the fence, cussing at me, profanity, the awful language, and it happens all the time. I can't go out in my backyard and enjoy the backyard area anymore. It's gotten to the point where I dread coming home from work, because when I come home from work, she says something to me when I get out of my car. It's just really out of hand, and that's why I want the protection order. That's all.
I do have a follow-up question based on your petition, because one of the things you said in there, I'll just read it to you to refresh your memory here. You said, because Kristen will not stop screaming over the fence at me when I get home from work, calling me foul words and threatening me. Can you tell me what it is that Ms. Harris did or said that you believe means that she's threatening you?
She said at one point, you got a job now, right? You're not going to have one for long. And also she said, why don't you come over the fence and I'll deal with you, that type of thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And Ms. Rogers, is there anything else that you think I need to know before I hear from Ms. Warren and Ms. Bear?
No, that's it.
Okay.
You can just see that Kirsten, I don't know what her name is, up there in the corner, just having a blast with it. You can see her just looking back and laughing.
She's showing off her family. I'm like, what's she doing?
But in the end, she's probably just saying, "Hey, remember that lady I was telling you about? This is her." And so,
Oh, there you go.
I'm somewhat excited to see how she gets there. Yep. And and Juan, you're right. These people need more than mean words to get a PPO. They do. They come to this court, and half the time he doesn't give it to them because it doesn't meet it. But these people continue to keep filing, and they keep showing up and keep showing up and keep showing up. And so, it's neat to see how the judges handle these people.
All right, then. How about Miss Warren? Why don't you go ahead then?
I just want her to stop yelling cuss words, calling us names. The people that come to visit, she yells at them, calling them names. She has gone out into the street to our neighbors and spreading horrible words about us. I just want it to stop.
There you go.
The flash drive that has her words on it just says it all.
Okay, so you had asked the court specifically to listen to the recordings that you submitted.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, and then Ms. Bear?
Yes, Your Honor. Like Brett and Rosemary, she's been hollering profanities at me for a long time. She's approached me while I was taking care of someone's yard here. She grabbed me by the arms, was going to push me down, threatened to beat me up. I have a statement in the paperwork of the gentleman who witnessed that, and Rosemary witnessed it. I've asked her to stop. I've been nice about it. I ignore her as best I can. But she attacks me verbally every time I come over to see Rosemary, or I go to visit somebody else here in the park. She's approached other residents here, telling them that I'm responsible for killing her mother, and God rest her soul. Her mother was a beautiful woman. But and she put that kind of stuff on Facebook also. Those were the screenshots, accusing me of wanting to get into her mom's house. I can't do this anymore. No, I just want her to be quiet, to leave me alone. That's all I'm asking is for her to keep her mouth shut and leave me alone. I'm sorry, but that's it.
All right, and then do you need me to know anything else before I hear from Ms. Harris?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, then I will hear from you, Ms. Harris.
Good morning, Your Honor. I don't even know where to start. If anybody had an opportunity to view my proceedings, they did come this morning.
You cut out their real.
Okay, just based off her voice and her glasses, I'm not on her side.
I mean, she's kind of annoying, right? The blanket of hair, there's so much going on. I don't know who that is. Brett, the face. I mean, the constant face of disgust in the corner.
All right, so starting off this early, I'm with Rosemary. I like Rosemary so far.
I mean, she has a point. Like, I wouldn't want to be greeted by my neighbor with, scolding every time. But yeah, and she doesn't really sound too annoying. Like, she just wants to be left alone, I guess. Whatever, I mean, if it was up to me, no one would win. I'd just send them home. But yeah.
Yeah. So I love the patience of these judges over here. These judges have a lot more patience than other judges.
Can you just repeat that? I didn't hear it.
I don't know if you've had the opportunity to review my response. It did come very late. We had
No.
we've had some computer issues, but it's there. It's been filed. I've got receipt of that. There is a police report.
No, I'm not gonna twerk for you, Victoria. It's not gonna
Exhibit,
happen.
not sure. I want to say it might be, I believe it's Exhibit A. And that is where you will learn that when my mother called to request a welfare check, or excuse me, when Terry Bear called to request a welfare check on my mother, Terry Bear lied to them and claimed that she was the only person that could be contacted. She basically said that my youngest brother was like a homeless, violent drug addict. And when they asked her who had the keys, who's a family member, she omitted the existence of my brother and I. She knew that both of us had keys. She attempted to either control the flow of information. I don't know if she felt important, but don't even listen to my testimony, of which I've got a ton. Just read what that police report says. They know exactly why I am mad. Terry Bear does not live here. And women who are accused of neglecting seniors should never, ever be allowed in a senior park with other vulnerable seniors. I have evidence that between her and Jana Worthen, a name that doesn't get mentioned, strategically, names are not present in their filing. They are attempting
I feel scolded,
to
man.
mislead this court. They are attempting to malign me and my character when the truth is that what Terry did was evil. It was criminal. All you have to do is review my evidence. All you have to do is review my testimony. Rosemary Warren has peddled methamphetamine, or at least enjoyed a lot of it, for the last 15 years. We have had no peace. We keep to ourselves. We don't cause any problems, but we knew what was going on because my mother was a methamphetamine addict too. Not only are you going to find that police report that is quite damning, you're going to find the huge amount of methamphetamine that I found just beyond where my mother's body was. I can't even tell you. Then she Facebook messages my adult daughter and insinuates that my little brother beat and murdered or did something to my mother. There's that, Then she ends up posting it on Facebook before my family even knows. I have all of the evidence. I have the text where I say, if you're going to defend Jana Worthen, and if you're going to participate in the neglect of my mother, almost 1 year ago, I found my mother almost dead, covered in her own feces, with Jana high as a kite. Initially, Terry said, oh my God, that's horrible. If she did that to my mother, I'd have killed her, right? Till about 48 hours later when Terry got the itch, and suddenly Terry got amnesia. She literally pretended like we had never had this conversation. Then Terry started to call my mother endlessly, attempting to get the house keys and their privileges back. I've got concerns because Rosemary's boyfriend, which is really why we are all sitting here, has 6 sexual assault protection orders against him. I don't know if it's 6 separate. I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm not going to pay the money to look. Maybe it's all a coincidence, but it sure does not look good. I'm not trying to be, I don't know what I'm trying to be. I can't put into words the absolute hell that these women, they have shattered our peace. The neighbor across the street had to rig an elaborate security system with lights that could blind somebody from 5 miles away because her traffic spiked and had become so blatant at that time. If you'd like to, you can hear from him directly. Rosemary continues to invite a dangerous element here. And when they are people standing accused of hurting and abusing my own mother, hey, listen, my mom did methamphetamine, but I loved my mother. I also knew nobody influenced her. My mom made her own choices. I never blamed them. I think that drugs are people don't have drug problems, they have pain problems. I think that that applies to next door as well. But that does not give them license to do harm. It does not give them license to put others in jail, and it does not give them license to antagonize those who they have injured. Terry Bear needs to never come back in this park ever. Jana Worthen, same. Dan D'Amatos, are you kidding me? He literally has been convicted of abusing a vulnerable adult. Jana Worthen and Terry Bear stand accused. Now, Terry's responsibility was not as high as Jana's, I will admit that, but Terry is guilty for failing to protect my mother. She sat right there and let Jana did it, and then worse, she defended Jana and made excuses for the abhorrent behavior. Rosemary did the exact same thing. Rosemary promised me these people would not be back. Within about 2 days, you know, here they were. So much was left out. I mean, it was amusing to me. Rosemary's literally going to say, in all my 74 years, I've never heard language like that. Well, you know what? In all my 53, I've probably never seen the drugs that have gotten pumped through her house. Come on, the audacity. My entire family is here. What few is left of them, and they are heartbroken and they are angry. My father loved my mother. They were not married, but they were friends. Doris was her friend. Mary Jo was her friend.
Are you done?
All right, Ms. Harris.
I believe her.
Harris, just take a few seconds here to sum it all up, okay?
Intense.
Well, it comes down to this. They're completely drug addicted. If you read my statement, you will learn. This is nothing new. Rosemary has had problems with law and property management and other tenants accusing her of the same for probably the duration of the 20 years. You know, and again, this is all documented. I mean, they can shake their heads. Hey, if you want to, I don't mind you continuing this and reading through what is available, what I've been able to enter. I don't know why Terry Bear claims that she lives next door. We have Terry Bear's physical.
I don't know if you're allowed to talk bad about somebody and call them Terry Bear.
I mean, it's kind of cute in a way.
Yeah, it just sounds like a nickname that you'd give a friend, not a name that you'd be mad at.
Not when you're scolding someone, no.
No.
That doesn't work.
No, so the lady in the flowery dress is, I'm guessing she's not the kingpin. I'm guessing it's the one in the blue shirt.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't think the woman on the left looks much like a meth head. I mean, you know. So, but then again, the one on the right doesn't either. So.
Yeah, when Miss Rogers, the first one that talked about, I thought she was going to be the problem when I first started watching it. But it's Kirsten up here. Kirsten. What?
Kirsten.
This person's name.
She talks with a lot of energy. I mean, you'd almost believe her, but yeah, it's just completely ridiculous. So,
This is what I love about these cases. This judge just sat back and let them talk, just let them run their mouth.
I don't know how he does it. I would not be able to hold my laughter back. I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it.
Right. So, Debbie, what this is, you got Miss Rogers and Rosemary Warren on the bottom. Both of them have a problem with
Hey, Kathy.
Kirsten, Kristen. Hey, Kathy. We've got everybody now. Kathy's here.
The
Yep.
whole gang's here. Junebug, Victoria.
Yep.
Raven,
We even got Rivette.
Gina, everybody. Kim.
Absolutely.
The whole gang.
And so everybody's against Kirsten or Christian or whatever her name is, and she's against the world. And she's got words for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, she has
no, it's not Rosemary.
And she's got the head sway
right?
Yeah, she's got the head sway to go with it. You know, in reality, she'd be held to live next to. I agree with that. So.
Yeah, even Fozzie joined us. That's so nice. Hi, Fozzie.
Hey, Fozzie. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'd love to be able to say good morning at 4 p.m.
And how can I serve Rosemary? Why would I do it if they're I mean, this is just, it defies all logic that these women actually attempted this action and thought that all of this wasn't going to come out. So I thank them. I thank them for this. All right,
Ms. Harris, let's just stop there. This is starting to get a little bit repetitive now. Okay.
There you go.
I've heard what you had to say. All right. Yeah, none of these cases of the three of them resulted in temporary orders being issued. And I think this is probably a pretty clear example of why it's important to hear from both sides before making any kind of a decision. In each of these three cases, there's no basis to issue an anti-harassment order. Miss Harris is obviously a passionate and animated person who's not afraid to speak her mind. I could imagine that her shouting at people or insulting them is not particularly fun or pleasant, but people being difficult and even unpleasant to their neighbors is not what anti-harassment orders are for. That's a different, when you say harassment in common everyday speech or conversation, it means a different thing than legal harassment. So in each case here, I do not find that harassment has been proved. In each case, there will continue to not be an order. So in each of your three cases, your petition for anti-harassment order against Ms. Harris will be denied.
Your Honor, can I say something?
You can say something, but keep in mind, I've already made my decision.
Yeah, I know you have. What happens after if the person seeks revenge on you when something bad happens?
Okay, that's not a question that I can answer.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, I'd just like to say I'm sorry that you are going to allow her to continue to bully me and everything else. And the next time she approaches me and hits me, I'll call the police. Because what she has stated about her mother, I loved her mother to death. She was jealous of our friendship. I'm not going to go into it any further. I just want to say thank you, Your Honor, for listening. And I'm sorry that you were bamboozled by her.
All right, that will conclude your hearings for today.
Thank you,
Good.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
So the lady down there in the blue that was talking, her voice was kind of telling me maybe she's had a rougher life.
Yeah.
Her voice was telling me maybe she'd been to the bar too many times, or maybe she's raised a little bit too much hell.
I mean, I guess with Kirsten around, I guess you need a drink or two,
You know what I find in most of these cases was everyone in the case is wrong. Everyone in the case is causing trouble. And the police are tired of dealing with them. And when the police get tired of dealing with them, they bring it to the courts.
I'm not surprised they didn't do anything. it's just people being annoying to each other. Like, what you gonna do?
Yeah. So
Not worth a protective order, you know?
so are you aware of what Black Friday is?
Yes, 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 absolutely. It's recent years it has really come up in the Netherlands too. Like now it goes pretty crazy, right?
Right. Well,
Start
see,
like a week before Black Friday, they already start advertising Black Friday, you know.
right, and see, I think Black Friday's pretty much gone away in the United States.
Mm.
Yeah, because used to 10 years ago, you'd get killed in Walmart over a TV.
I know,
And
yeah. I
and now
remember
it's and now
that
for the
time.
last I think for the last 3 weeks I've been getting advertisements for Black Friday sales,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it started making me like, hold on, if a country doesn't have Thanksgiving, do they have Black Friday? And
Yeah,
so
we do, yeah. And it becomes bigger and bigger, so but it's mostly online these days, right? So you don't get the flooding of stores with crazy like 500 people for one action or, you know, any type of discount really. That doesn't happen anymore. So, yeah.
okay,
No
so
Black
you
Friday wars.
okay, well, see, so you missed it. There was you could get videos of just craziness going on at the different department stores during Black Fridays. I'm just
Yeah, they
you know
showed that back in the day, you know, the wildness of it all, people getting injured and stuff. Yeah, they showed a lot of those videos from back in the day. Yeah.
yeah, it was we had things we were proud of in our country. So
It's Black
so you
Friday.
so you got two choices. You got a 12-minute Judge Simpson and a 16-minute Judge Simpson. Good choice.
Let's do
Well,
the 16 one. Let's
all
do the
right.
16.
Court calls against
I'm ready.
people versus Patsy Shear.
Assistant Public Defender, Shanazri Carey. I can really, on behalf of Ms. Patsy Shear, who's approaching. Here, could you state your
Ballsy. Dirty man.
Your Honor, there are two matters, and we would like to adjourn to look into a global resolution. There's a district court matter as well as the
Which district court?
14A4.
Okay. So why are you telling me that?
We're adjourning for a global resolution, Your Honor.
But I don't have that other one.
You don't.
I only have the felony.
That is correct.
So why are you telling me about it?
So, given the reason for the adjournment, we are.
No, I'll
Same
wait.
thing.
This is gonna be a long explanation.
That further negotiations is our reason for the request for adjournment.
I know, I see that on the form. So, all right. Chinaza.
Yes, sir.
All right. So when do you want this adjourned? So the other one is set.
Correct.
The other case, 14A4.
You could have stepped in earlier.
Violence case. It is set for December 5th.
Got it. So you need this or after December 5th?
After is fine.
After the 5th. See, it would have been that easy.
We said the same thing.
I don't know how you were leading with whatever you were doing, but
We said the same thing.
what?
What she said, we said the same thing.
No, you didn't. You really didn't.
You know, that's got to be comforting if you're a defendant and your lawyer's got Judge Simpson cutting up like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, and it's got to be a little bit better than having Judge Simpson get on you, because I don't know if they're going to be a scarier man in court or someone that you're happier with. So
No, I don't know. I think I would be very intimidated by Judge Simpson.
yeah, I believe
Gotta
so.
be nice, right? It depends on how you behave, I guess.
Yeah, and he'll have a really bad one, and then the very next one he'll be laughing and cutting up, and so he's able to compartmentalize it. So
Which
it's
is
a good-
nice. Yeah.
December 12th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond will continue.
One aspect, when this year was arraigned, she was not equipped with a GPS tether, despite the fact that we requested one. I am concerned that this case, that we have now 2 domestic violence cases and there is no GPS tether. I do know that there is a no contact order, as well. I would be requesting a GPS tether.
And Your Honor,
Go ahead.
the people did, Poisson did indicate that that would be their request today. When I spoke with my client, she indicated to me that that request was made at the arraignment. However, after arguments from both attorneys, the magistrate who arraigned her at the time indicated or decided that there was no reason for a GPS tether. There is a no contact in order. My case, or at least this case, was of January 2024. So she was arraigned, I think, subsequently on both of the cases when the new 14A4 matter occurred. So.
Well, when was the 14A4 matter? When did that one arise?
That it was Monday.
That's a Monday, so it's
Sorry.
Of
just
November 18th. This is January. So, and they were arraigned at the same time.
Correct. I think the January incident, she was taken to the hospital, Your Honor, and then released, but she did not know that there was a warrant that had issued from that.
And that's this case.
That's our case, correct? Yes.
But I think the thing that I'm concerned about, Your Honor, is that we now have 2 domestic violence cases with this victim. And so even if the magistrate didn't believe that a GPS tether necessarily was appropriate in a case dating from January, with the addition of a new case, I think that it's necessary at this point.
Well, what was the rationale? You're saying it was addressed, but
yes,
the magistrate's rationale in that I'm a bit perplexed by. Who's residing at the?
we don't live there anymore. We moved out 6 months ago. 6, 7 months ago. No.
Well, that's even more concerning because that's the only address I have for the defendant.
The address that is associated with the other complaint.
Right. Okay, I see that. What address is whose address?
That's where her family lives, Your Honor, her husband
Where?
and children. She was living there before this incident. Before the new incident, the 18th, the incident of the 18th.
Okay, so I get that. But then the alleged victim was there also?
That's her husband, Your Honor.
Okay, but he was there also? They were both living there?
Correct, Your Honor.
So where is this defendant is residing where now?
I'm staying
She's,
in a hotel.
she's after the incident with the no contact order in place, Your Honor, she left from the home and she hasn't been there since her arraignment on the 18th. And again, the January.
So, and the alleged victim, her husband, is that?
That is correct, Your Honor.
So who the
I think that's.
are you?
I'm sorry. Sorry, Your Honor.
Oh, no. You don't just leap up and start yelling. I don't care who you are. Seriously?
Bye-bye.
Yep. I think what I love,
taken care of. Okay.
I think what I love about Judge Simpson is he is very self-aware.
Yeah.
In other words, you can tell he knows when that's a good. He knows when that one's going to turn out good.
Yeah. Yeah, he can definitely tell, it's experience, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess my concern is that I do have the second one coming around, and they're located initially at the same address, but now not at the same address, but her address is temporary.
Correct.
And then I'm going to Home of New Vision.
Correct. That was the
What?
next thing. She is slated to enter Home of New Vision on December the 3rd, Your Honor.
Got it.
So that's where.
And that other.
Yes. So she's already gone through the admission, and the date that they have available for her is the 3rd. So she moves in on the 3rd from, the hotel she's currently staying in now.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna order a GPS. I'll order it with exclusion.
If, before the court does that, Your Honor, I do apologize. You did say it was going to be a long day. I apologize, and here I am.
Go ahead.
I know that the complaining witness is here today. My understanding is that there was going to be a request from us that there be a no non-consensual contact order in place. I know that the people have their own position on that. The complaining witness is her husband. They have children in common. They've been married for quite some time now. There were some issues at bay that may have led to these particular situations. Ms. Shear is working on that, hence the hospitalization, the treatment that she received there, and now her admission or self-admission into Home of New Vision. She's very.
I can stop you. I'm gonna deny that request. I want to see how she's doing once you get in, how she's doing, because obviously there are, I'll just call them peripheral issues.
Okay.
So before I would let that happen, it's not to punish you or anything like that. Before I allow it to happen, I want to see where she gets in terms of that process.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough?
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't care about you. I was talking to you. Oh, yeah, I wait for Mr. Nasby to All right, so what I am going to do, though, is I am going to order a GPS tether with the exclusion zone location tracking. Pardon?
So, okay.
She just wanted clarification that the GPS would prevent her from.
Right, and also we will have location tracking because she's going to be going into
treatment. Sure thing.
I have a question. Is it okay if I go a couple hours away? Because I was planning on visiting my family.
You're going to be in the Michigan bill, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. She just wanted to know, she's traveling to visit her family, but it will still be within the state of Michigan. She just wanted to know if that was okay.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay. Should she go to community corrections now?
Yes, because I will be signing the order momentarily.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so, ma'am, how'd you get here?
I got a ride.
Yeah, you did. Who'd you get a ride from? Come on back up to the podium.
I got a ride from Kaylin Miller.
Yeah.
So she just got done with a hearing where she's not supposed to be around this person, and he's the idiot in the courtroom. And now she starts to walk out, and he's like, "Hey, how'd you get here?" "Well, I got a ride."
From that person,
Yep. So you thought it'd be over, and it starts right back up.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
I don't know. People they don't seem to read anything. When you're not supposed to hang out with them, you get the papers, right? It's not like you don't get a warning, like don't see anyone or don't see this person.
Yeah. Well, I have a big issue of don't get mad at somebody enough to call the police on them and then go right back to them.
Yeah. It's just stupid. It's just stupid, man.
And if you do care about them, give them the time it needs for them to get back in good order with the court. And, because if you knew that being around somebody could get them put to prison, aren't you being just as bad as they are by being around them?
Yeah, fair enough.
And I'm just saying, these people they get tangled up, they get kids together, and then they want to fight and raise all kinds of hell and then call the police on each other. The police come out there, do their job, the judge does their job, and then next thing you know, they're like, well, but we stay in the same hotel room, so what are we supposed to do?
It's a repeat process, It's probably not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. And
Yeah, absolutely. And this lady here, they're trying to get her into rehab. They're trying to get her straightened up, and she's going to go right back to him and just start the whole process over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah.
Pardon?
I was told he was allowed to be here today. And
By
I have
who?
no other way here.
Who were you told that by?
By his family. I'm in contact with his aunt. Huh? Yes. I have no form of transportation.
Never a good sign when he buries his hands for face
This
in
is
his
a
hands
problem.
like
Because she's violated the.
I didn't realize I was violating that.
Let me do this. I'm going to pass the matter briefly. I'm not going to take her in right at this moment. Counsel, I'm going to allow you to explain to her the conditions of her release. And she's going to have to find what hotel are you in? Okay.
It's right down the street from my job. So I can.
Gotcha. So I understand that, but she's gonna have to figure out something else. So I'm gonna allow you to sit and talk with her, but somehow or another you're gonna have to come up with a plan. If I'm not satisfied with that plan as to that, and there are people telling her things that are against her order, I'm gonna have no option but to lock her up.
I understand.
But I'm gonna give you a chance to talk to her about it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'll pass it. Court recalls the case People versus Patsy Shear.
Morgan Poisson from People and Assistant Public Defender. We have Ms. Patsy Shear, who is approaching. Ms. Shear, could you state your name for the record again? Shear.
All right.
Your Honor, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with my client. I have explained to Ms. Shear the situation that we're in and obviously the court's concern. Ms. Shear indicated to me that when I had originally spoken with her, there was an aunt of the family who was speaking with me on her behalf. She was also on the three-way. She explained to me that this aunt is actually the aunt of her husband, who she's known for over 15 plus years and plays the role of an aunt for her as well. So the information that she had received was from this aunt. And she was under the impression that since he was to be coming to court, that him bringing her to court was not necessarily a violation. I completely understand how that looks. And the fact that it doesn't, I think for those of us who are very familiar with the criminal justice system, it makes no sense to us, but she does not have a significant history or much contact with the court system or the criminal justice system. I would like to talk about moving forward what our plan is though.
Go ahead.
She is very apologetic to the court. There was no blatant disregard for the court's orders. She
Thank you so much,
indicated that she is
Victoria.
currently staying, and she says that that's the best hotel for her because she can walk right to work. She has been there. I asked her for proof. She has her room key. She said she checked in on the 19th when she was released from custody during the time of her arraignment. She has been working there. As indicated as well, her plan, she also asked the court about permission to go to Grand Rapids because her entire family lives in Grand Rapids. She has no family here in Washtenaw County or the Detroit area. So she would be going to Grand Rapids to stay with her family for the holidays. She would be there until Saturday. That Sunday or Saturday, whenever she gets back, until Wednesday when she's able to get into Home of New Vision. She said she tried to get it to where she could go straight from Grand Rapids to.
All right. So first, thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you, Raul. What does the grandmother have, or what does the aunt have to do with anything? You weren't listening, were you?
I mean, I don't know what I don't know.
Sally, I think we all do. I think we all look at this and we all see that one member of our family like this, or that one person that's silly enough to be in this spot. But no, these people, I don't get them. I don't get them. And there's Gina asking the same question I was. Me and Gina always have the same questions for it. And so, look, in the end, I think this lady's clueless. I think every day she's just surviving every day. She's just surviving every day.
I don't understand why the aunt was involved. Like, that would make it all right for him to see her. Like, what even is the thought process behind there?
Well, the aunt's probably raising her kids. The aunt's probably, helping her get food. And so whenever the aunt probably says something, she probably looks at the aunt as almost like a mother figure. Because even though the lady looks 40 to 50, maybe even 60 years old, she's still doing stupid teenager behavior. And, so I don't know. thank you so much, you guys. We're going to jump back into it.
Home of New Vision, they did not have any availability until the date for the 3rd. So she plans to be there. They've informed her it's a 4 to 6 week program. Her plan is to stay there the entire 6 weeks. I don't want to go into too much detail about what had happened at the time of this particular offense, but there were some significant mental health issues that were at bay. The report indicated that she had been the one calling the police because of a particular state of psychosis that she was in at that time. She has been working with CMH. She's been getting mental health treatment. They've advised her that we needed to do substance abuse treatment, which is what she's doing right now. What we're asking, I know traditionally in this situation, the court does not take lightly a violation of a bond order. And we're asking that the court allow her, she has a way to get home today. She has the Uber app pulled up on her phone. I've told her that I will show her exactly how it works. She's never done it before, but she'll be able to get the Uber to take her back to the hotel. She's supposed to work this evening at 5, and she would be working tomorrow and then hopefully leaving for Grand Rapids after work tomorrow.
And so many people. All right. So let me ask you this, ma'am. You're a CMH consumer client, right?
Yes,
Is your husband also?
not to my knowledge.
I think the thing that I'm worried about is you kind of being, and I will indicate you should not have been or having that type of contact with him. You understand that?
I understand that now, sir.
All right. I don't see it as something that she intentionally tried to do because it certainly wouldn't have been to her benefit to do that, I don't think. I will order an exclusion zone. I'm going to order the exclusion zone tether. All right, that will also track you. You understand that?
Yes.
So we'll know where you are. And I think I'll just leave it at that at this point. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Give you a bit of a break, but don't let that kind of thing happen again. And the way that you deal with that, young lady, is that if somebody tells you you can do something that seems contrary to your bond, call your attorneys.
Okay.
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 And ask them what you should do. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you so
Anything
much.
else? You're welcome. Bond will continue with that one adjustment of the GPS.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that's it on that one. That's on that one.
She found out how to work an Uber, so you know.
Yeah. That lawyer pulled her to the side and said, "Every word out of your mouth better be Uber, Uber, and Uber."
Yep, pretty much. Yeah.
And so, all right, we're going to call it a day on this, but we're going to be back at 8:00 for American Courts Live. Allie's taking off tonight. She's going to do that on Fridays, and so we're going to do American Courts Live tonight, and we'll add some more videos and do some more of that. I've had a hell of a week the last couple of weeks, and so I've gotten behind on videos and stuff. So it may be one you've seen, but in the end, you haven't seen it with me. So we'll watch them together and make some bad jokes and think some silly thoughts about them. But thank you guys for coming out. I was going to try to do a best of Judge Fleischer for 3:00, and as you start going through, you're like every dang day is like a new best of.
Yeah.
And so in the end, I could show. I think I was wanting to show the Monopoly girl and the Subway guy, and just kind of go through some of those. And I don't have the sovereign citizen who got tasered. Kathy's got that one, and so you know what? I just thought about it. I wonder if we should just take Kathy's stream and we should stream her stream and call it our stream.
I mean, I think it would do good.
I think so.
Why not?
I think so. Hey, look, we've even got a one of our chatters, Victoria, has her own mod, and so you know you're VIP when your mod's got a mod.
Yeah.
And so
That's important. Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. We're going to do it again at 8:00 tonight, and we will see you guys then. Yep.
See you
So
then.